ready to fight the poop throwing monkey. Wait, he's a beetle. Anyways, I'm Horizon Shield, and this is your boss breakdown for the Dung Defender. This video will break down what we have to fight him with, his moveset and how to dodge each attack, when we can heal during the fight, and how to bring it together to beat him. Rolling into this fight, we have 6 health and base spirit. We haven't had any more pale ore to upgrade our nail any further, so it's just the first nail upgrade. But our spells are starting to pack some punch. Since we picked up the Desolate Dive upgrade and turned it into Descending Dark, or D-Dark as it's usually called, after Crystal Peak, it will be a major source of our damage and our charms will emphasize it. Staying true to the build I've been using so far, I'm still rocking the Soul Catcher and Shaman Stone, and even adding in Grub Song in case I ever get hit. There are a good number of charms that you can choose from at this point, and several different combos that you can use depending on your playstyle. Over time, you'll figure out what you're most comfortable with, but this is just what I prefer running. Pick something practical, let's get to it. So on to the fight. What can the Dung Defender actually do? The Dung Defender is a boss that can be tricky if you don't know the simple trick to it. He has a total of 4 attacks, with 2 additional movement skills. The fight is simple, as you can negate one of his most troublesome and time-consuming techniques with ease. Anytime he goes underneath the ground, he can be knocked up and staggered by using a D-Dark attack. This deals significant damage and leaves him vulnerable during the stagger. The other attacks just need a little bit of timing to deal with. The first attack is his burst attack. Dung Defender dives into the ground and traverses the arena. After a few seconds, he bursts from the ground, sending 4 dung balls, along with himself, into the air that fall to the ground, breaking upon contact with the ground. To dodge this attack, make sure not to stand on top of the disrupted ground as it comes to a stop, and walk out of the way of the dung as it falls. It's a set pattern based around where he pops out of the ground, so it shouldn't be too hard to figure out. If you stand directly next to the disruption, you won't get hit. It is possible to attack the defender as he jumps from the ground, as well as he comes back down. However, we never plan on seeing this attack because we will be using a D-Dark attack to knock him out and leave him vulnerable. His other movement comes from a simple dive into the ground to move around the arena. He jumps into the ground like he's going for a swim, and he will pop up once or twice before continuing his next attack. While it isn't strictly an attack, it can be awkward to dodge if you don't see it soon enough. To make sure you don't get hit by the hitbox, jump and then dash over his starting position. If you are looking to do damage, the easiest way would be to jump as soon as you see the telegraph and then D-Dark as he pops up. It is possible to dash to the probable location of the permanent surface and D-Dark in that location as well, but it's never guaranteed. His Dung Toss has the most variation, but honestly the variation doesn't matter much. There are 2 variations to it, but both are simple to deal with. There can be a single dung ball, and then he can proceed to do another attack. The other variation throws 2 dung balls and then deviates into either a burst, which we just went over, and a curl. A curl involves the Dung Defender acting like a dung ball himself and bouncing around the arena. Dodge the animation of his arm throwing, and dart in for a hit after every throw, and then back out before he does another throw. The only thing about the Dung Toss that matters is that you need to not stand in the way of the swing as he throws the dung ball. Obviously, you should avoid the dung balls as they bounce back towards you, but they aren't likely to hit you anyways. At a low enough health, you will shout just like at the beginning of the fight. You will then perform multiple bursts in a row in quick succession. If you don't have any soul, dodge this just like any other standard burst attack. If you have soul for D-Dark, knock him out of the ground just like any other time he goes under. Proceed to attack to your heart's content. His movement skill is a simple evade. He does a backflip and, well, moves backwards. He doesn't attack or anything, he just simply repositions. Feel free to dash toward him and continue attacking. If the worst happens and we get hit, when can we heal? As always, you have the boss staggers to heal. The difference in this fight is the number of staggers that we can get. Every time he goes in the ground and you get a successful Descending Dark off, there's a free period to heal as he gets staggered on the way out. You can also heal during the burst attack itself if you don't have enough soul for both an attack and then a heal. However, the safest bet is to knock him out on the ground and then heal while he's staggered. The dung toss isn't safe because of the way that the dung bounces. It's quite unpredictable, so just don't try healing during it. So how do we bring it together to finish the fight? This fight is one of the most controlled fights in the game. Starting off the fight, the Dung Defender will start with a burst attack. Use a descending dark attack to knock him out of the ground, proceed to wail on him. Stick in front of him and try to get damage between his attacks. When he throws Dung, get in a few hits to get a little soul, to be able to D-Dark when he goes back onto the ground. The moments of opportunity are mainly the burst or the dive movements when he goes underground. D-Dark anytime Dung Defender goes underground to leave him vulnerable to both nail attacks as well as other D-Dark attacks. Remember to D-Dark at the start of the second phase as he goes for the consecutive bursts to save yourself a headache. This fight showcases the damage capabilities of Descending Dark quite well, but it's not just useful for its damage. The iframes given by it should not be underestimated. It gives enough iframes for the Dung Defender to go completely through the night even after the knight has already hit the ground. If you are ever in danger, just D-Dark. But be careful as there is a small windup to the actual dive in which you can still be hit. After the fight, make sure to explore the room on the right and don't forget to hit the lever directly below the platform. D-Dark to reveal a hidden room that holds a future dream fight with the White Defender and a King's Idol to the right. Then backtrack and take the lower tunnels, and then crystal dash over to the area that holds Isma's Tear to finally be able to swim through the acid. If this was helpful, feel free to like and subscribe to see me break down the rest of the bosses in Hollow Knight. Until then, happy hunting.